Hello everybody, today we're doing a video for GTA Car Kits in a 2016 Mini Cooper, and today we're going to show you how to install our CarPlay on this vehicle. As you can see, it's already installed and it's paired to our iPhone wirelessly, and it supports both wired and wireless connection for iPhone and wired connection for Android and AndroidAuto. So as you can see, I can control it here with the original controls. You will not lose any features of your original system. So as you press and hold the back button, you can switch to your original system. You might see a little bit of flashing and the screen flickering on the camera, but in real life it doesn't. This is just a refresh rate. It's fully installed, so you can do things like Waze, Google Maps. This kit will also give you an ability to add an aftermarket camera. This one didn't come with a camera. Now we're gonna go ahead and show you how to install this kit in your Mini. Tools that you're gonna need are panel removal tools. This is the hook tool, also part of panel removal tools. Flathead screwdriver, T20 Torx, and this is also a T20 Torx, and we're going to show you, we just need it for a shorter length, and then we're going to show you why. First things that we're going to do, we're going to take our panel removal tools. So there's two clips underneath here, so there's one on each side. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our hook tool and kind of get underneath it, make sure not to scratch anything, and then we're going to use our panel removal tool to get it under and remove this clip. Same on the other side. Here you go. So when you're going to be putting them back, we're going to release them, and then you're going to put it in and then lock it back in place. Next, we're going to take our panel removal tool and remove this cover on top. So you're just going to get underneath it and pry it open. So just held on these plastic clips, so there's nothing holding it really. So now we're gonna use our hands and kind of release this ring around the stereo. We're doing this because we're gonna get to these two T20 Torx right here. So there's one right here and one on the other side. So we're gonna take our T20 and remove these two bolts, so that this is what they look like, and then there's one on this side. So now there's a clip right here. It's very hard to see, and so you're gonna use your flathead screwdriver, and you can feel it that you're releasing the clip. Once you do that, you can kind of push the clip out and it will release the unit. So we're gonna show you, this is the clip that we were talking about. So I first pressed it down, and then with a flathead screwdriver I kind of pushed it out. So at the back of the screen here, we're going to disconnect all these connections. So here, just you press on the sides, there's a release clip right here. Then this smaller connection, it helps to use your hook tool to get right here and release it. And this is the main video signal to the screen. So we're going to be reusing this connection for our kit. From here we're going to disconnect it. So usually you press the clip down and you can use your flathead carefully to maneuver it out. Once it's released, you can use your fingers and it comes off. So now we're going to remove the vents, and they're held by these T20s again, so one on each side. Once the bolts are removed, you can pull on the vents and they will simply come out. So just like that. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Carefully take the vents out. So now we're going to remove this control panel underneath the screen, and you have to grab it with your hands. And kind of, there's two clips here and two on the other side, and you can just wiggle it out. And then there's a connection here which you just pull on and it will come off, so there's no clips to release it. Now there's 4 bolts holding the radio. They're again T20s, so there's 2 here and 2 on the other side. We're gonna go ahead and remove them. Once you remove those 4 bolts, the radio can kind of come out. Get your hands underneath and release the original quad lock and remove it. So this is it. So this end that you removed will go into the female connection of ours. Another thing, that your car might have a fiber optic cable here, so you would just release this clip and you would transfer it to our harness. Otherwise you will not have sound. But as you can see, these are empty, so this car doesn't have that option. So this is the original one, this is ours. So with the lock in the open position, you first push it in as far as you can on both sides, and then you lock it in. Right now we're gonna put in ours into the back of the stereo. This is the tough part because there's not much space. So you gotta make sure that it lines up, otherwise it will not sit properly or make a good connection. So as you can see now, it lined up. So again, you're gonna push it in as far as you can, and then you're gonna lock it in place. Once that's done, you're just gonna put the radio back, and there's plenty of space to hide the quad lock behind the radio. So we're gonna remove the glove box, because behind the glove box there's a good space to hide all the extra wires and the actual module. So it's held on 5 T20s, so there's one right here, one in the middle, and then one on the other side, so there's 3 on top. So we're gonna use our T20, and when you're removing these bolts, make sure you don't mix them with all the other ones that we removed earlier, because these are way longer. And then in the beginning we showed you this shorter T20. This is because of this angle here. Our long screwdriver will not fit in here, so you need a shorter one. Now we're gonna close the glove box, and underneath there's 2 more bolts. So we're gonna use our panel removal tool and release these 2 covers. So there's one, and now on this side we're gonna do the same thing. And now again we're gonna use our T20 to remove the two bolts. So there's one on each side. So we can use our hook tool to get these 2 bolts out. So there's one clip holding the glove box on this side, so we're gonna pull back the weather stripping and use our panel removal tool to get this panel off. And this was the clip that holds the glove box, and as you can see now, the glove box is ready to fall down. Now we're gonna show you how to install our microphone. So you're gonna install it if you're planning to use Siri or Google Assistant on your smartphone, but you're still going to be using the original microphone from the car for your Bluetooth and your phone calls. If you're not planning to use Siri, then you don't really have to wire the microphone. So we're going to hide the microphone over here behind this cover. So we're going to take the wire and we're going to drop it behind the radio. And our goal is to get the wire behind the glove box. So then when it's here, then you can reach with your hand from behind the glove box. Once you have it on the other side, you just carefully pull it through. Next, we're gonna take our harness for the module. So the gray end goes to our quad lock, and this thinner white end connects to the module. So we're gonna take this wire and pull it through and connect it to the quad lock connection which we showed you earlier. Next, we're gonna take the auxiliary cable. There's males on both ends. So first end, you're gonna also feed through to our quad lock. And we showed you there's a connection for female auxiliary, which you're gonna connect. Other end of this auxiliary will plug in right here, so it's closer to the module. Now we're gonna take our module and we're gonna connect the harness. We already ran our microphone cable, so we're gonna connect it here. So with the kit, you're also gonna get these 2 video cables. This is the original connection that we removed from the back of the screen. So you're gonna take that and connect it to our female, and then you can take this wire and drop it behind the glove box, and this will go to our module into the LCD in output right here, just plugs in. Next, you're gonna take your other cable, which has the 90-degree on one end and then straight on the other. So the straight you're gonna plug in to the LCD out, and the one on 90 will go to the back of the screen. So you just got to make sure that you're connecting these cables right, because if not, then once you connect everything, it will not work properly. And over here, also to note, you have 8 dip switches, as you can see. So first you're gonna try with all of them off and number 8 on, and if it doesn't work, then you would be adjusting number 1 or 2 to correlate to the exact radio that you have in your car. So the last wire you're gonna connect is right here. This has a female USB end on one end, and we're gonna run this wire to the glove box, so it will be plugged in right here. And this is the wire for your wired connection to your smartphones, or if you're gonna perform any updates, or you're gonna plug in a USB stick with files on it. And so we're gonna wire it to the glove box. You can either drill a hole, or there's this cover for the fuse box which you can just kind of remove, and you can use that hole in order to feed this wire through. So now we have the wire on the inside. Once you have all these wires connected, you can use cable ties in order to make the wires more neat, because they're, as you can see, they're long. And once you gather all of them, you can mount the module over here on top of the glove box. You can use some Velcro in order for it not to move, and then we're going to put everything back. So we have the module right here on top. So at this point you can start putting the glove box back, and because there's no side thing here to hold it in, we suggest to put at least 2 bolts back on top so the glove box doesn't fall down or is not moving around too much. So at this point we're going to start putting everything back. You don't want to assemble everything with the glove box in case you plug it in and you have to adjust the dip switches. So this you can leave on just 2 bolts, and then now we're going to start assembling everything here. Now we're going to take our heater control panel, plug it in. Now we're going to put the vents back. On the passenger side, you got to make sure that the 2 cables are to the side. Now we're going to do the one closer to the driver. And now we're going to put back the 2 bolts. So now we're going to take our screen and we're going to start connecting all these connections back. First we're going to connect the video cable, which comes from our module. Next to it there's this small connection. Then there's one right here. And then there's the black and the white. Once it's been connected, now this is a good time to test everything. So you're gonna turn the ignition on, so the screen has to come on. You're gonna put the mode of the radio into auxiliary, because to hear anything from the kit and sound from it, you're gonna choose the auxiliary mode. And so you're gonna see everything original is working, which is a good sign. And then we're gonna press and hold the back button. And as you can see, you get a menu which you didn't have before. So it seems like everything is working. So you can also connect your device to the USB and test the sound. So you're gonna start putting the screen back. So you gotta make sure that clips in over here on the top for the main clips. And now we're gonna put back the 2 bolts. So there's one on each side where my fingers are. Now you can clip back this ring. And now we can put back the 2 clips which we removed in the beginning. So as I showed you, they have to be released like that. Once it's in, you're just gonna lock it in. Once that's assembled, you're gonna put back all the other bolts for the glove box. So there's one left here in the middle. The 2 bottom ones we're gonna put back, and then we're gonna install the side panel. After the glove box, the last thing is this top cover. So once everything's been installed, we're gonna do our last check. So we're gonna turn the ignition on. So you're gonna have it set to auxiliary. We're gonna connect our iPhone to the cable, which we showed you earlier how to run the USB into the glove box. So it has to charge at the same time. As you can see, it launched CarPlay. The sound is playing, and you're gonna check. Here you go, everything is working. So this is a CarPlay in your Mini. So now the installation is complete. So again, I hope you liked the video, and we'll see you next time.